Hello and good evening there, America. My name is Taylor from the PR and Pig Racing Network, and we welcome you to USA International Speedway for the running of the Whelen late model modified sprint race to determine, to decrease the gap from first to last in the points. And speaking upon points, I gotta explain why the points is the way it is. Oh boy. When I moved computers, I lost a file to the points, which means I had to run random races because I didn't save the races either. I just ran them, I looked at the results, and then I just added them to Excel, which was a good idea at the start, and then it wasn't the greatest when I lost the file. So I had to run random races, which means the points is all fucked up, which means the stats are all fucked up, which means mostly the stats are completely wrong. But if you can forgive me upon that, we can tell that I'm gonna do a favor to all the drivers who are at the bottom. Most of them are unfaringly because of their finish, but some of them it's where they were before when they were actually racing. Well, let's just go to our starting lineup anyways, so that way I can just get this going. On the pole we have Miles Mashburn. Starting next to him will be Corbett Forster in a great starting position. Matt Deal will start next to Jordan Forbes. Ryan Billman will start next to Tony Regmington. Gabeth will start next to Connor Patrick, and Dan Smith will be the last one. Like I said, this is not the greatest thing in the world now. That kind of did ruin a little bit of prestige to the people who won the races, such as Coy Ossiter, Luke Bergowski, and a few other drivers. But yeah. 5% races, no cautions in this race. We'll see who gets the advantage on this one as the space cars are running off. 9 drivers, which means the bottom 9 drivers are going to get the points. As you clearly seen during the IndyCar race at Infineon, Bob Ross stepped away from the Whelen Late Model Series and replaced him with Gabeth. So Gabeth is going to run his first race of the season, which means we're going to try and find out what he's made of. I put him in this heat race so he can get some experience in it. Plus, he's not really that well into the points, which is fine. Miles Mashburn and Corbett Forster will take the green flag in this one, and we are off and running in this one. Good start for Miles Mashburn here. He's about to clear Corbett Forster already, but he's not really clear yet. Corbett Forster is going to run the high side at this track, but nope, Miles Mashburn has cleared him, and he leads the first lap out of 13. Like I said, these points are not the greatest. Now, oh my! That was Ryan Billman and Matt Deal got into each other, nearly caused a wreck. Wow, that was close. What a save from Ryan Billman. Anyway, so we'll figure out the points situation. Hopefully you guys can forgive me upon the points situation, as Jordan Forbes is now your leader. But hopefully you guys can forgive me upon the points situation. But I couldn't do much of anything about it. But mostly the guys who are in their position are in the exact same position as they should be, or if not close to it. And some others, yeah. Ooh! Tony Regmington gets loose, runs into Gabeth, and slams hard into the wall. Wow, that's not going to help him at all. He'll be a slow car because of the damage, and I don't know if he'll go down the pits or not. Let's see if he goes down the pits. No, he doesn't. Well, we stay green because, like I said, no cautions. Jordan Forbes has the lead. We are a little less than 9 laps to go. And Jordan Forbes has it, but Miles Mashburn is looking on that rear end. Hopefully I could save this one. I recorded the last one, and I forgot to save it, like what I did with the other races. So hopefully I don't forget that. I love this new mic too. It sounds nice. But yeah, Jordan Forbes has the lead. We're about to enter lap 7. And they're side by side for 2 rows back there. The top 4 definitely spread it out by a big margin. That's good for Jordan Forbes. See some action going on behind here. We see Matt Deal behind here, and Tony Remington has caught up with the guys in the back. He's trying to earn his position up again after getting loose and running into Gabeth, who is running pretty well now. Corbett Forster trying to not go to last place from Regminton. Regminton just has a lot of speed now after that little hit to the wall. Could have been a lot worse, but all he did was hit the wall. So Tony Regminton is he's in good condition now. It'll help him in the points. We will go back to another sprint race after, I don't know when, I think it's on like race 20 something. Well, this will be one of the only sprint races of this season. Connor Patrick moves up to second. He's trying to get his first little win. And I say little win because, of course, this is a little race. We get to the real race after this one, which would be for all the marbles, for a lot of points. Connor Patrick is trying to stalk Jordan Forbes in that 75 car. Yeah, you could see on Dan Smith's car some little tire damage from getting into it with Ryan Millman. About to enter lap 12 here. I like TV2's camera. Look at this. But Connor Patrick is looking for Jordan Forbes. This will help. This is going to help a lot of people in the points. I believe this will bring up a lot of drivers from the back to near the front of the thing. Hopefully it's not by much, but Connor Patrick is going to look underneath Jordan Forbes as we enter the white flag next time, or whatever. Here comes Connor Patrick. He's looking to the bottom. It'll be one more opportunity for this 88 team. White flag. Jordan Forbes has a lot of speed. Connor Patrick gets loose upon entry on that turn 1. That'll really help Jordan. One more time for Connor. If he enters this straightaway good. Nope, he didn't do it enough. Jordan Forbes is going to win this sprint race, ladies and gentlemen. Connor Patrick will come in second. We'll quickly go to our stats right here, which you can see here. We will take a quick commercial break, and we will head to the next race. So we will see the, yeah, we'll replace this one. Sprint race. And we'll save, yeah, that'll be good enough. There we go. Alright, so we will be back after these messages here. We will get to the actual real race. We will be back in a few short moments.
Disturbed, Indestructible, available June 3rd.
Alright, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the USA International here. This is the USA A 300 here. We got 38 laps, all with cautions. As 23 drivers after the new points shakeup is now going to try and see what we can do in this race. Let's get to our starting lineup real quick. While we get through the points, we will talk about that in a minute. But Corbett Forster will start on the pole next to Luke Bergowski. Gabeth will start next to Hoferber, JJ Hoferber. Dan Smith will start next to Hachu Kachu. Our points leader of J.R. Burton, which I don't know if he earned that. I don't know. We'll start next to Tony Remington. James Bowles will start next to Michael Canto. Coy Ossiter will start next to Thomas Bala. Marco Monroe will start next to Matt Deal. Satoshi Nakamoto will start next to Kyler Boggs. Jordan Forbes will start next to Ryan Billman. Sean Billman will start next to Ben Crouch. Kamikaze Games will start next to Connor Patrick. And starting last, ladies and gentlemen, is the number 72 of Miles Bashburn. So like I said, the points are definitely shaken up due to me losing the file that I told I was very, 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 very sorry for most drivers. Other drivers, they're basically in the same general region of where they were on the points. Pace car rolls off, like I said. This will have some caution, so expect some wrecks to happen here. This is Gabe's first. Where is he at? Second row. His first race of this season. Green flag's about to go down. We'll see how the points are shaken up due to the sprint race, which was won by Jordan Forbes, who starts near the back of the field. Pace car rolls in. We're about to get the American Ethanol green flag from Corbett Forster. Green flag's waving. Corbett Forster has a very awful start. Luke Burgowski's going to run the high side. Corbett Forster is not letting off on the bottom. Luke Burgowski has that lead. TV2. Very, very amazing action in this first lap, ladies and gentlemen. Luke Burgowski is going to lead them to the first lap. Corbett Forster will fall to second. Battles and battles and battles. 3 wide here. Let's take a look at this 3 wide battle. Kyler Boggs, Toshi Nakamoto, and Marco Monroe all in this one. Now Marco Monroe falls back. We'll see if any wrecks will happen. And as soon as I say that, I was close to a wreck up ahead. It was close to being one. Michael Canto in the middle of this well, he was in the middle of a 3 wide action battle, but he is now cleared and all that. Got 38 fast action-packed laps in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Up at the front is Luke Burgowski. And Gabe trying to fight his way up to second. And Corbett Forster and JJ Hoferber all battling for that second position. Gabe can't find any sort of space for this team to get to second. He's trying to push Corbett Forster to second, but it's not enough. There's Dan Smith on the bottom here. He's now moving up to third. Hoferber has a lot more room now as he's in second, being pushed by Dan Smith. So far, Luke Burgowski has a big lead. But if that will last, then it'll be a good lasting time. But if it won't last, but how long will it last if it doesn't? 3 wide. Oh, Gabeth gets into Kyler Boggs and sends Corbett Forster up, and you'll lose a few spots. Gabeth in his first race nearly wrecked. I don't know if Corbett Forster's got to take that so lightly. I don't know if he will. We'll find out. I don't know if Gabe is going to take that too lightly with Kyler. Gabeth and Corbett Forster are side by side. I believe this is for the final spot in the top 5. No, 6. Lots of side-by-side action up near the middle of the pack. Hoferber is trying to get his way up towards the front here, and that's somewhat working. Surprisingly, we've gone caution-free. 9 laps completed. Hoferber trying to work his way up towards front, and that's working now a lot. He's caught up to Luke Burgowski. And go back here to another battle, which is right about, I'd say about here. Sean Billman and Kamikaze all battling. Corey Oster, a Daytona winner on the high side, not the position you want to be in this racetrack. Corey Oster losing a lot of spots. I believe last place goes to Jordan Forbes. No, that goes to Ryan Billman. Kamikaze Games trying to work his way up towards the front of the field. He was in 14th. I believe he's in last place in the points after the sprint race. So he's trying to get his way up towards the front so he can stay up at the front of the points and not last. But we'll find out when the points gets updated at the end of the race here. just from my calculations, I believe that the drivers who were racing in that sprint race have a lot more points than J.R. Britton, I believe. But you never know. Luke Burkowski has been your leader for all of the race, really, but we are less than halfway done with this race. I think halfway is at lap 19. Overberg has a lot of time. We see Tony Regmanton, who did have a lot of damage from a little wall brush, and if you've seen in the actual sprint race, you could see has worked his way up to third, but he's being challenged by Dan Smith for that position. Orbit Forster's outside the top 5 here. We got our, I think, was our former points leader of J.R. Britton. I don't know. He may still be our points leader, but I don't know if he will be after this race, depending on the points. But he's up to 7th, trying to work his way up towards front here. So far at this point, I have no idea who's a contender because we still need to figure out the point situation here. Gabeth, after starting up the front, let me go to him real quick. He's losing a lot of positions, which is it's a rookie call. It's a rookie. He's a rookie, all right. I remember my first time driving on this game. I drove at the Pocono racetrack for the Exomnek, I can't say that right, Racing Club Trucks Man Up Truck Series. Man, it was a great race until my car decided to die, but that's another story for another time. Kamikaze Games working his way up on the field. He's trying to get into the top 10. If he gets to the top 10, you'll be high in the points for sure. He shoves up James Bowles, so he's really wanting to earn his positions for points. About to be halfway done with this race. Luke Burkowski, still your leader, I believe. Yeah, but he's being challenged by Overberg. Will we see a bump and run style move, or will Luke Burkowski just block his hardest? Got Overberg about to move on the bottom here. Luke Burkowski trying to run the middle lane through the straightaways here. But don't count out some of these other drivers too. They're out there too. So far the field's starting to spread out. We got Dan Smith behind Overberg trying to pass him. That kind of makes Luke Burkowski get a little bit of room too. So we're halfway done with this race, and Luke Burkowski's been a dominating car all day. But if a caution were to come out, that'll probably shape things up a lot. Corbett Forster now in the top 5. He's worked his way up to the group here. Move for second. There's Dan Smith trying to get up to second. I think he has that. He has it. But he has a lot more room to make up than what Hoferberg had when he was battling with the now Kyler Boggs in the 21 car, working his way up to second. Hoferberg will fall to 4th or 3rd position, whichever comes out. Single file throughout the field, just 3rd place being worked on as a double file. Dan Smith now trying to hold his ground in the top 5. But we see Kyler Boggs trying to work on Luke Burkowski. 2 drivers up at the front. We're not in the heat races, so they're trying to earn their points back, which could happen. Kyler Boggs going side by side with Luke here for first. 24 laps have been completed. Kyler trying to take the lead away from Luke Burkowski. Side by side entering that lap. Kyler Boggs will lead that lap, but not by much. Now Hoferberg's up in the 3rd position, trying to take second away from Luke Burkowski. We see another big battle here. If anything were to go wrong here, that will definitely help out the drivers in the back, but not so much for the guys up at the front. 3-way battle for the lead up at front, but it's a 5-car battle for the 4th position. And then we see Satoshi Nakamoto in the 9th position. Jordan Forbes holding his ground in 10th position. But Kamikaze Games, he's trying to hold his ground and get into the top 10, which he wants. Corbett Forster holds his ground in 4th. Tony Remington in 5th. And Jared Britton is holding his ground in 6th. Here comes Kamikaze Games trying to work his way into the top 10. He's going underneath their sprint race winner of Jordan Forbes. Kamikaze can't get the passing going, so he'll stay towards 11th. We have Satoshi Nakamoto. He's caught up to Achikachu, who is running his best race of the season. Albeit he doesn't look like it because of the points. He is running really well. I mean, like I said, I hope you can forgive the points situation and all that. I understand the actuality of the stats may not be the greatest stats in the world, but I can't do anything about it. I can't do nothing about it. About to hit the 8 to go. Well, yeah, 8 to go mark. Tyler Boggs took the lead from Luke Borgowski. Lap 21, I think, 22, something like that. Luke Borgowski's trying to get that lead back. See a battle here from the back. See Connor Patrick and some of these drivers behind here really aren't having such a good race. Ben Crouch having a horrible race in last position. Sean Billman also having a bad race as well. Tyler Boggs up at the front. Luke Borgowski in 2nd, trying to get his way back up towards the front. Hofer Burn 3rd, and Tony Redwoodson in 4th, and J.R. Britton in 5th. Crash were to happen, I don't know if we will have a green white checker or the race will finish under caution, depending on if the cleanup will take a long time. It doesn't look like we're going to have much caution unless something bad happens. Battle for the 10th position here between Jordan Forbes and Kamikaze Games yet again. Kamikaze working his way up at the top 10 if he can get past Jordan Forbes. Can he do that? It looks like it, and Jordan Forbes is going to fall outside the top 10. Kamikaze is working his way back up towards front. Jordan Forbes has a lot of straightaway speed, but it doesn't have a lot of speed entering corners. A few more laps to go here. We're going to look at a few more battles before we take a look back up towards front. Kamikaze Games trying to earn a few more positions, but Jordan Forbes is working his way up towards front here. Kamikaze Games working underneath Corbett Forster. This is for the 9th position. Corbett Forster now on the bubble of being in the top 10. We'll keep an eye on that as we go back up towards the front here, as we can see Kyler Boggs and Luke Borgowski working their way in the top 2. Luke Borgowski, he's caught up to Kyler. He just has one more opportunity. Try and get back towards it as we have one more lap to go in this race, ladies and gentlemen. One more lap to go, as this is the white flag sponsored by Credit One National Bank. Tyler Boggs and Luke Borgowski have been your leaders throughout this race. Looks like it's going to stay like that. Kyler Boggs has straightaway left. Luke Borgowski just can't reach Kyler Boggs. It'll be Kyler Boggs who wins the USAA 300 here at USA International Speedway. Great race from the 21 team. Great race from all these drivers. You see a few drivers in the back here. Ben Crouch is going to be the one in last position. Not a great race for that team. Great race for everybody here. Take it to the standings. We'll look at these guys real quick. I'm gonna export real quick. Get this going. This is race 5, I think. Yes, it is. Okay, so that'll go into the points. Let's take a look at our schedule to see where we're going next week. Next week we are heading to Bristol, which means we're going to have more action-packed short track racing. So that'll be good. Chase is heating up. Who will be the points leader after this race? You'll find out here in the next couple seconds. My name is Taylor from the Big Racing Network. Thank you all so much for watching this, and forgive me for the points. I will see you next weekend for more Whelen late model action. Have a good one, everybody.